Today we are going to be adding another little piece to our repertoire. It's going to be one that many people are familiar with. It's the melody to My Country 'Tis of Thee. Except for this time what we're going to be doing is we're going to be using some of the chords that we've been learning in this section, and we're going to be using those chords to harmonize the melody. So let's have a look at the melody here, just the straight up melody. So now what we're going to do is, for the first note in each measure of the melody, we're going to find a chord that harmonizes with the melody note, and one of the chords that we've been working on. So the first thing that happens is we have E, G, and C, our middle C major chord. And even though we have chords that are changing up top, we're only going to harmonize that first note. So our next starting melody note is that B, so we can use that G7, and the chord up top is a G7. Back to G, C, and E. Alright, so all we did was we just there's our upper C major, G, C, and E, and our melody note is the E there. Here comes G7, F, G, and D. And then we hold. Now our next melody note is all the way up here, and what we're going to do is we're going to keep that same chord, C with an E in the bass. We're going to introduce a new chord to our list of chords here. This is going to be D minor. We have A, B, and F. This is one that we haven't talked about yet. And of course, we can always add that low D into our D minor chord. And especially for this arrangement, I think, especially because we're coming from a four note chord, I think having that low D is actually going to help us out quite a bit. To our G7. Here's something interesting that I do. When I play the F to the G, I'm going to move up with my first finger. Check this out. I'm going to go. The A I'm going to play with the third finger. F is going to be on the 6th fret. Open E. And notice how that open E gives me time to move back into position. So one thing to point out as we're adding to our little list of chords that we're starting to compile for each one of these little exercises and pieces that we've done. We do have that new chord, D minor, A, D, and F. And I just wanted to point out the similarity between A, D, and F, D minor. And another chord that we've been working on quite a bit, our F chord, and just looking at the top part of our F chord with our bar, A, C, and F. Notice how there's only one note difference between those chords. And it's actually similar to what I've mentioned before about A minor and C. Finding some of these little connections, some of these chords that share notes with each other, and finding these different little ways to blend them into each other. I think you get the idea. It's just, again, it's about taking some of these chord voicings that we're working on and expanding on them a little bit and just kind of playing and seeing where they go. So as far as what we're going to be doing tomorrow, let's make tomorrow be a chords list day. So we're going to be talking about our list of chords that we've been writing throughout these little exercises that we've been doing in the book. And this is like a time that in the book that I like to assign kind of a little composition project. So we're going to be doing that here. I'd like to have us look at some of the chords, kind of like we've been doing, kind of messing around with where some of these chords go. And I'm going to take it a step further, and I'm going to say, let's take some of these chord voicings that we've been messing around with, and let's actually start trying to make our own little chord songs out of it. So there will be a little bit more on that project tomorrow. Then also next week, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking some of the chords that we've been learning again, and we're going to be looking at some popular melodies, and we're going to learn how to harmonize those melodies as well. So we can actually start trying to use some of the chords that we've been working on to actually work on some of our own things, because that's the thing that I like to talk about in here a lot. So that's going to be tomorrow and next week. It's going to be hopefully a lot of fun. So join me then, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. If you like the video, feel free to give the page a subscribe. It really helps out the channel a lot. Feel free to like the video. You can follow me on Twitter. I have a link for that, and as well, feel free to check out the playlist of this series if you want to follow the series. Thank you so much for being here today. I hope you're having a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.